Hello, coolers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing stories. We start with midfielder Franquise, as FC Barcelona have officially confirmed a thigh injury to the 25-year-old midfielder. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Then to conclude, talking about Chelsea midfielder Jorginho, as his agent have denied meeting Barcelona director, saying that priority is to renew with Chelsea. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. So guys, before we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch right up to the very end. Barcelona have issued an official statement confirming the injury to midfielder Franquise. The 25-year-old midfielder had to be taken off in the game against Victoria Pleasant on Tuesday night after he went down with an injury. Speaking after the game, manager Xavi Hernandez insisted that the Ivorian's condition did not look good. Reports indicated that the midfielder could be out for as long as 6 weeks. Now the club have confirmed the nature of his injury after carrying out tests on the summer signing earlier yesterday. The statement issued by Barca read, "Tests carried out this afternoon have shown that player Franquise has an injury to the biceps femoris of his left thigh. He is low and the evolution will mark his availability." It come as a blow for Franquise, of course, who has found things hard since joining the Catalan Giants in the summer window on a free transfer. The former AC Milan ace has failed to force his way through Xavi's first choice starting 11 and has struggled to get meaningful game time as a result. The latest injury setbacks means Franquise will now miss Barcelona's next 2 La Liga matches against Almeria and also against Osasuna before club football comes to a halt for the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. Franquise could thus make his comeback in Barca's first game after the World Cup break when they face local rivals RCD Espanyol, along with the likes of Ronald Araujo and Sergio Roberto. In a season that started as one to watch out for, a season that started as a one that players will be fit and of course things are stable somehow, it have looked as though it is the opposite, quite the opposite. Injury has been a big problem for Barcelona, serious one. It all started from the first international break where we lost a lot of key players, especially in the defense, through injuries. And we saw how the month of October, where we have some season-defining fixtures, we could not make it. We fucked up in most of those games. And honestly speaking, it has been hard. And against Victoria Pleasant, seeing players like Franquise injured, Pablo Torre also went down, but fortunately for Pablo Torre, it was just a cramp, as he himself confirmed that it was not an injury. But Franquise, of course, also went down the sidelines, so he'll be out for 6 weeks, according to reports. Barcelona did, of course, confirm the injury yesterday. So injury has been lamenting Barcelona this time around so much. So let's hope that Franquise recovers fast and return. And it's even a pity because Franquise have had very limited game time this season. Talking about a player who was one of the key players for AC Milan to help them to win their Serie A last season. He came in as a free transfer, but things have just been very terrible. Like, he's not been that happy for the fact that game time has not been coming the way he wished it would. And that only helped to bring in speculations about his future. A lot of reports came out some few days back claiming how the player wants to leave Barca in January. Some reports will come and say he wants to leave in the summer. But of course, his agent spoke to make things clear, saying that Franquise is happy at Barcelona. Franquise understands what is going on, the competition in midfield. Franquise also believes that his time will come when he will shine. And of course, he's also trying to adapt to the system that Barca play, which is quite different from what AC Milan play. it's quite different from what Serie A in general plays. So it's just a moment of adaptation, as his agent was confirming the other day. So, let's hope that he recovers fast. So it is widely speculated that he'll be out for up to 6 weeks, which means that he might likely return, but only after the World Cup. Talking about the last games of the calendar year, we play against Espanyol, I think December 31st. That is the time that he's expected to play. Also, luckily enough for him, he's not playing World Cup because the Ivory Coast national team did not qualify for the FIFA World Cup. So the player will be expected to come back as soon as the World Cup is over. So we wish him a quick recovery. Then on to the next story of discussion. João Santos, the agent of Chelsea midfielder Jorginho, has denied he met with Barcelona director Matteo Alemany, claiming that the player's priority is to renew with the Premier League giants. Barcelona are in the market for a new defensive midfielder as they look to move on from club captain Sergio Busquets, whose contract expires at the end of the season. Several names have been linked with a move to Spotify Camp Nou, with reports suggesting that the talks were already underway with Jorginho and his camp about a potential pre-contract agreement in January ahead of the Bosman move in the summer of 2023. It has been claimed that Santos had met with Barca director Alemany to discuss the same, but he has now declined those claims, stating that Jorginho's priority currently is to renew with Chelsea. He said, "I have never met Matteo Alemany. Our priority is to renew with Chelsea. The only club I've spoken to in recent weeks is Chelsea," Santos revealed. In a recent interview, the midfielder himself insisted that he was happy at Stamford Bridge, saying, "I'm very happy at the moment. We are all very focused on what we need to do. I'm enjoying life here. I'm enjoying working with everyone, and I think everybody says the same thing. It's enjoyable to be at Chelsea," he said. So there remain major question marks over the speculations that Barcelona are already in talks with the Brazilian-born Italian international about a free transfer move in the summer of 2023. Jorginho has featured in many headlines, lately about transfer links to Barcelona, and there were reports earlier saying that his agent have met with Matteo Alemany to discuss on a potential transfer, and negotiations were close to be completed. But here we are seeing his agent saying something contrary to that. Of course, saying that all those are lies. Nothing have happened between him and Matteo Alemany. Jorginho wants to renew at Chelsea. He wants to stay at Chelsea for a long time, which is that statement alone is a big blow to Barca's hope. Of course, Barca have been looking to replace Busquets as his contract expires, and of course, DM has been one of the positions that Barca have been linked with multiple players so far this season against next season. So let's see. Now it seems as though Jorginho remains out of the picture, so Barcelona will be eyeing different other players if actually what his agent is saying is true. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.